WJTV 12 has been focused on mental health all week long.
We have, and today we are focusing on the struggles that young people face when it comes to mental health. Melanie Christopher is here with a special guest to talk about some of those issues and how we can help. Melanie?
Thank you, Margaret Ann and Terrence. I'm here with Dr. John Damon with Canopy Solutions. So glad for you to have us join us. I think everyone is very interested, particularly in this day and time, of children and mental health. You've got some statistics for us.
Well, here's the thing. 1 in 5 kids is struggling. 1 in 5 kids has significant mental health challenge, and yet 80% never get help. Now, if you flip that to, say, something physical, like cancer, if 1 in 5 kids had cancer, and yet 80% never made it to the hospital, we wouldn't tolerate it. That's where we stand with mental health.
There's still a stigma there.
There is a stigma, and that often is what prevents kids from getting help. I talked to kids a good bit. I just did an interview with a bunch of them a couple weeks ago. And they're ready to talk about it. They want to be real. They want to talk about their issues.
That's
it's
good.
us. It's the adults
that
need to get on board, who have still kind of, because we were taught that there's a stigma. Their parents taught that they just couldn't talk about it. These kids are ready, and now's the time to do that.
That is great news.
It is.
What should parents be on the lookout for?
So when there's a change in your kid's behavior, okay, if changing the way they sleep, okay, eating patterns, their feelings of helplessness or hopelessness, their lost interest in things they used to enjoy. So they used to want to play baseball, now they don't. When you see these kind of changes that begin to impair their ability to function at school, at home, with friends, it's time to act.
All right. If it goes untreated, we're looking at a lot of trouble, aren't we?
Well, sadly, we see the news cycle of kids with suicide, on substance abuse, incarceration. These are kids who need to get early intervention, and it begins with us being aware and seeing that this child is in need. If your child had a toothache, we wouldn't hesitate to get them to the dentist. If they had a sore throat or ear, we wouldn't hesitate to get them to the pediatrician. When your child's having these kind of symptoms, we shouldn't hesitate to get them to a mental health professional. Get them to their pediatrician first, and get them a mental health professional if necessary, so that we associate those different troubles that those kids are having with, it's a time for me to do something and act.
Early intervention is key.
It's key, absolutely critical, because every kid can be a success story. They just need to have
You see that, don't you?
Every day. We see tremendous family challenges and kid challenges with the most complex problems surrounding them. And when they get the help, the support, the love, the encouragement, and the empirically supported treatments that they need around them, they thrive. The families thrive, the kids thrive.
Briefly tell me what kind of treatments, kids. Is it all drug related, or is it talk therapy? It's just like with adults?
Yes, it's very similar. I mean, obviously kids you have to approach very differently. But if you think about healthcare, right, you have everything from going to your outpatient doctor all the way to, surgery, right? And everything in between. Same thing with mental health. There's talk therapy, psychotherapy, where they go and sit down and talk. There's also more intense pieces that you can get, say a partial day program or a school day program, all the way to inpatient care that they might need to be protected from harm to self or others, or longer term residential care. You have to really find where on the continuum does that kid need intervention, and then treat them at the least restrictive spot so that they can be successful.
All right. Dr. John Damon from Canopy Solutions, thank you so much. You have certainly shed given us some good information and shed a lot of light on this issue. Thank you. And remember, if you or anyone is struggling with mental health issues, reach out for help. We've got a few resources that you can see. They're on the screen there. We also have a list of resources on our website, WJTV.com. I'm going to be talking with Dr. Damon more, and he will be on our website with a much more in-depth interview. We'll be right back after this break.